dear students, myself Gangadhar Solanke and I welcome you all to the MCGM's virtual classroom. My dear students, today in Political Science of Standard 10th, we'll be learning the topic social and political movements. So in this topic, we're going to talk about different social and political movements of our country. There, in our textbook, one para or a cutting of a newspaper is given, and the heading which is there is read out the news in a local newspaper. So the news is like this: movement against child marriage has been successful to a great extent, and the extent of child marriages have reduced by 50%. The workers in this movement worked very consciously. Workers from the movement against dowry also helped them. Now there is a need to start drive against malnutrition, because poverty and malnutrition are two important problems to be taken on priority basis. Now after reading these, three questions are given and we have to discuss about the questions on the basis of this news cutting or news. In the above newspaper, different movements are included. Can you explain their meaning? Different movements are included. Can you explain their meaning? Now, movement against child marriage. So the first one which is discussed is of child marriage. Then the news deals with different subjects. Are movements related to only one issue? So the news deals with different subjects. The first one, child marriage. Then the second one, workers from the movement against dowry. Second issue or the second movement. And the third one, now there is a need to start a drive against malnutrition, because poverty and malnutrition are two important problems to be taken on priority basis. So in the only one news, number of issues are covered like child marriage, dowry system, malnutrition and poverty. So the last question, if different movements cooperate with each other, will they be more effective? Now you people have to discuss on this with your friends, or you can discuss with your parents also, because we people are now stuck at home because of COVID pandemic. So the next thing, in the last chapter of political science, that is of third chapter, we people learned about the political parties in India, and in that topic we learned that political parties compete for political power. Why they compete with each other? For political power. Final aim or final objective of political parties is to win elections and try to resolve the problems of the common man. गवर्नमेंट क्या करती है? To solve the problems of common man. But when we talk about government, it may be central government or state government, political parties generally adopt a comprehensive perspective and they cannot concentrate on just one particular issue. For example, child marriage. So what they have to do, from public cleanliness to space research, they have to take into consideration all matters from national perspective and take decisions. Number of issues are there, number of problems are there, and number of things are there to do on the list of the government. So political parties are expected to have a program for the problems of all sections of society. Political parties adopt policies taken into consideration the interests of all farmers, laborers, businessmen, women, youth, and senior citizens. Now, here, one thing which we have to understand is that not a single political party can work on only one subject. अगर ऐसा होगा तो उन्हें पॉलिटिकल पावर जिसे हम कहते हैं, सत्ता जो कहते हैं, वो कभी नहीं मिलेगी, क्योंकि उसी एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया के लोग उन्हें वोट करेंगे और उससे वो सत्ता में नहीं आ सकते. सो द इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग हियर विच वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड इज दैट पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज adopt policies taking into consideration the interests of all, including farmers, laborers, businessmen, women, यूथ एंड सीनियर सिटीजन्स. ये सारे उनको चाहिए, तभी जाके उनको सत्ता हासिल हो सकती है, सत्ता मिल सकती है. नाउ one important thing in this, why movements? If there is government at central level, at state level, also we have panchayat raj system for district, talukas, and for villages we have panchayat samiti, gram panchayat, municipal corporation. Then why we need movements? All the people in the society cannot participate. All the people in the society cannot participate in political parties and contribute to social welfare. It may be the matter of their choice और चांस, दोनों चीज़ें हैं. लोगों को पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज में जाना पसंद नहीं हो सकता है, या फिर उन्हें वहाँ पर चांस नहीं मिलता होगा, अलग अलग रीज़न हो सकते हैं. बट द इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग, all the people in the society cannot participate in political parties and contribute to social welfare. Then some people focus on a particular issue and pursue it. Here again the thing, people with common aim or common objective or interested in any particular subject or interested on any particular issue focus on a particular issue and pursue it. They have constantly follow up on the issue, build public opinion about it, and thereby put a pressure on political parties and government. So what they do, they organize people and try to pursue the government to resolve that issue, and for that they constantly follow up on the issue, build public opinion, which is very important. किसी एक पर्टिकुलर इशू की तरफ लोगों का ध्यान बटाना, तभी जाके लोगों का उसमें इंटरेस्ट बढ़ेगा, सपोर्ट बढ़ेगा, और फिर सारे मिलके गवर्नमेंट का ध्यान उस पर्टिकुलर इशू की तरफ ला सकते हैं. सो दे कॉन्स्टेंटली फॉलो अप ऑन द इशू, build public opinion about it, and thereby put a pressure on political parties and the government. This type of organized activity is the essence of any movement. This type of organized activity is the essence of any movement, or we can say is called movement. Next point, such movements are very important. Why movements? Because such movements are very important in a democracy. Such type of movements strengthen the democracy and also help government in solving the problems. Different social problems come under discussion through these movements. Social problems come under discussion through such movements. The government then has to pay attention The government then has to pay attention to such problems. Leaders and activists of the movement provide necessary information about those issues to the government, because leaders and activists worked on it for long period. जैसे फॉलो अप लेना किसी एक इशू का, उसके बारे में उन्होंने बहुत ज़्यादा रिसर्च किया होता है, पढ़ाई की होती है, और उनके पास उसकी नंबर्स होते हैं, डेटा जिसे हम कहते हैं. सो on the basis of all these things, leaders and activists of the movement provide necessary information about those issues to the government. This information which is provided by leaders or by the activists to the government, this information is very useful for the government while making policies. You people already learned in civics that how government make policies or laws. तो पॉलिसीज और लॉज बनाने के लिए गवर्नमेंट को भी इंफॉर्मेशन की ज़रूरत होती है, अलग अलग तरह के डेटा की ज़रूरत होती है, और ये सारी जो चीज़ें हैं वो मूवमेंट्स के थ्रू मिल जाती है. दैट इज़ वाई इन सोसाइटी मूवमेंट्स आर नेसेसरी. Some movements aim at opposing a particular decision or policy of the government. Now two things are there. One thing is there to concentrate on any particular issue, and another thing is some movements aim at opposing a particular decision or policy of the government. एक चीज़ ऐसी हो रही कि एक्टिविस्ट और लीडर की वजह से गवर्नमेंट को पॉलिसीज़ बनाना आसान हो रहा है, लेकिन कभी कभी गवर्नमेंट अगर कोई पॉलिसी बनाता है तो उसमें कुछ कमियां होती है, उसे अपोज करना भी एक तरह की मूवमेंट है. द राइट टू प्रोटेस्ट इज कंसिडर्ड an important right in democracy. If you people go through the newspaper or news television channels, then you can see number of protests are there in our country nowadays. So protest is considered an important right in democracy. However, this right needs to be used patiently and responsibly. ऐसा नहीं कि अपोज करना है इसलिए अपोज ही करना है. While opposing, it is very important to be patient and responsible. Next thing, in what is a movement? We people now discussed about why movements, and now what is movement? A movement is a collective action. Very simple. Movement is nothing but a collective action. People's active participation is expected in the movement. So movement is a collective action, and in this collective action, people's active participation, it may be on any issue. ये अलग अलग हो सकता है लोगों की तरह से, जिनका इंटरेस्ट जिस इशू में होगा वो लोग उसमें इकट्ठा आएंगे. जैसे इन्वायरमेंटल इशू है और उससे रिलेटेड और इंटरेस्टेड लोग हैं, उस इशू में इंटरेस्ट दिखाएंगे, और ऑन एनी सोशल इशू. बट हियर one thing which is very easy to understand is that a movement is a collective action. People's active participation is expected in the movement. Next point, a movement can be formed. A movement can be formed when people come together in the interest of particular issue. For example, issue is of air pollution. So pollution can be a single issue for which a movement can be created. So in any movement, issue is very important for which people come together. Then next thing, a movement has a particular social objective or a focused problem, otherwise it may change its path, या फिर जिसके लिए मूवमेंट शुरू होती है कभी कभी वही दूसरा रास्ता ले लेती है, मोड़ ले लेती है। जिस चीज़ के लिए, जिस ऑब्जेक्टिव से, जिस एम से मूवमेंट शुरू होती है उस पर वो नहीं टिक पाती है। दैट इज़ वाई इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू have a particular social objective or a focused problem on which problem any particular movement is going to work. For example, movement against corruption aims at ending corruption. So the people involved in this movement have to discuss, have to work, have to debate, and have to attend the people towards ending corruption. Next one, movements have a leadership. Leadership keeps the movement active. So the role of leader is very important in any kind of movement, because leader is the person who shows the way or the path or decide the movements move. Objectives of the movement, program of action, strategy of agitation are decided by its leaders. Objectives of the movements, that is what is why movement, then the program of action, what, when, and how to do, then the strategy of agitation, how to oppose or how to support, are decided by its leaders. A strong leadership makes movement effective. A strong leadership makes movement effective, and most of the times movements are known by its leader. बहुत सारी movement ऐसी है जो उनके leader से ही जानी जाती है. So leader is what, or leadership is what? Guidance, solution, vision, teamwork, direction, strategy, communication, and goal. All these things are very important when we talk about leadership. Or one good leader gives guidance, solution to the problem, vision to the movement, also gives a task to the people, then the teamwork, direction, decide strategy or plan strategy, communication between the members of the movement, and always stick to the goal. That is why leader is the person who runs movement. Next one, movements have organizations. Movements have organizations. Without an organization it becomes difficult. Without an organization it becomes difficult to follow up the issues. Through organizations it becomes easy to run the movement. That's why organization is the important institution, we can say, in running movement. For example, farmers organization, which works for farmers movement. The board works for benefit, branding for credibility and recognition, banking at your doorstep, which is we are talking about the movement related with the farmer. Then next thing, any movement requires public support. Without public support movement can be सक्सेस होना है तो लोगों का सपोर्ट मिलना ज़रूरी है। देन ओनली ये समझेगा कि जिस इशू पे मूवमेंट काम कर रही है वो जेन्यून है। एनी मूवमेंट रिक्वायर्स पब्लिक सपोर्ट. People should feel connected to the issue that is undertaken by the movement. People should feel that the issue is genuine and this is the real problem. Sometimes it happens that the movements are raising the issue because of any other reason any personal reason of the leader, or to purpose of opposing only. So it is very important to require public support. Movements have a program of action which help to shape public opinion. So in increasing the movement or the number of people involved in the movement, it is very important to have a program. How to work, when to work, these questions are very important in running a movement. Generally, the movements are devoted to one particular issue but have an ideology behind them. For example, movements against child marriage or dowry believe in values of democracy, women empowerment, and social equality. Sometimes some movements gradually get transformed into political parties, and number of examples are there in our country about this, that the movements transformed into political parties. But when we talk about the issue like child marriage or dowry system, then behind these issues or the people who are working on these issues believe in values of democracy and of women empowerment. Now we have to talk about the important movements in India, and in this we'll talk about the tribal movement, farmers movement in India, trade unions, women's movement, environment movements, consumer movement, and at the same time we'll talk about the neo-social movements. So civic problems need not originate only in the social sphere, they can emerge from any section of the society. And in India, especially in Maharashtra, many social reform movements were started. Reform movements were started and society started getting modernized. Many people worked for this. Many people worked to modernize the people by their thought, not by living only. Our struggle for independence was also a social movement. You people learned about this in 8th standard history. The issues like protecting rights of the citizens, right to vote, minimum wages, and economic security are the focus of political and economic movements. So here we can divide or distribute this into two types, that is social movements and political movements. Swadeshi movement is an important economic movement. So these are the types of movement we can say in general, not exactly. So in the next part of this topic we'll discuss about the important movements in India. But in today's topic, what we learned about the concept of movements, that why we need movements or why society need movement, and then the nature of movement, that is what is a movement.
Please subscribe the channel and press bell icon to get notifications.
So my dear students, this is all for today. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, take care.